And yes, we're recording. So, Tony, thank you for being here. Tony says, after gaining a certain amount of experience, do people find their intuition significantly strengthened? And he goes on. I'm stopping the question there. And about 15 minutes ago now, because I just asked Mika, yes, Andy said of his own volition, because this is kind of crazy. I should wish I had that chat text log. I'd actually go, look, he said this, but I have witnesses. We were doing the private thing for, just the students. And he said, look, I've been doing this for about a year and a half. I've been with Dusty about a year and a half, learning, doing all the exercises and the games and study groups. And he's really been doing it. He says, I just realized, I'm paraphrasing him a little bit, but you can always correct me if I want. I just realized my intuition has increased. My intuition has been strengthened. And I went off on a little 2 or 3 minute rant about this is why we do the games and the exercises and the study groups. Is the tarot, I believe, is the numero uno, the number one best way to proactively strengthen your intuition. Are there other methods? Absolutely. There's a whole bunch of ones, and they're very good. And I think we should do as many as we can fit into our schedule. But if you don't want to pay a lot of money, you don't want to, have to attend a secret mystery school in the Himalayas. It's so secret. By the way, it doesn't exist. That's how secret it is. So don't even bother trying. But if you don't have to spend your life looking for all that, pick up your deck of cards. I like the exercises and the games that I teach because that's why I do it, because they work. If you have other techniques that work, please do that. But as much as the pendulum is good, it's awesome. There's nothing as powerful as the tarot cards for helping you strengthen your intuition. And you'll hear me say this in class. The whole point of using tarot cards is to develop your abilities, that's your logic, intuition, clarity of mind, et cetera, et cetera. There's more than just intuition, organizational skills. But to develop all these abilities to the point where you no longer need tarot cards. And to answer the question, after getting a certain amount of tarot experience, do people tend to find that their intuition is greatly strengthened or significantly strengthened? And I'll get to the rest in just a moment. Just isolating that part of the question, I have found, other readers have found, and you'll see this with really, really good readers, and my students have found, that answers will come to you while you're shuffling the cards. And it gets frustrating because you'll have answered their question, you deal out the cards, and the cards literally say exactly what you just said. And you feel cheated. Like, well, I feel cheated, and everybody else seems to feel cheated. You may not feel cheated. You may feel validated, but I'm telling you, you feel cheated. Like, I already said that. Where's my new information? But to have a completely, quote, let's get all sciencey on this, to have a completely random set of cards come out that miraculously exactly illustrate exactly what you just said, that's like being able to pick the lottery numbers in advance. So absolutely 100% positive proof from our experience. Your results may be your own. Yes. Okay. Continuing on with Tony's awesome question. Even when they don't have the cards in their hands. Oh, yeah. Yay. I just answered that question. I've had a couple of unusual experiences recently, the strangest being yesterday, in which I ended up doing what was essentially a reading completely empty handed in a public space. Wow, I probably should have read that whole question, right? Because what I explained, he just did. Um, Tony, this is a big badge of honor on your cap that whatever you are doing, rule number one, if what you're doing works, you are right. Whatever you're doing is working, and you should continue down that path, removing any superstitions or formula that are hampering your progress and focusing on whatever it is that you can isolate that is really accelerating your progress. You will find not only does this happen more frequently, but with greater clarity, precision, insight, and accuracy if you do all these things on a regular basis properly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because practice is just practice. Only perfect practice leads to perfection. And staff sergeant, drill instructor, forget his name, at boot camp in the Marine Corps. I got to find that guy and thank him one day because I was 17. He's probably old and dead now, but awesome, awesome, awesome words. So, Tony, thank you for sharing that experience. And absolutely to everyone who ever hears this, yes, you can do it. All right. Mary, I thought the discussion from the private lesson was good regarding manifestation, the karma thing. Yes. When manifesting, you really have to be careful. Be careful what you wish for. In other words, don't try to ever wish for someone to do something for you in the intent to alter, manipulate, or rob them of their free will. I know marketing does this all the time. Buy this product or you'll be unhappy. Buy this product and people will like you. Well, that's marketing, but it doesn't mean it's good karma. And we go doing it psychically, the same rules apply. It's not like, oh, we don't need the karma. So yes, um, be very careful about and tarot manifestation, using your tarot cards to assist your or facilitate your manifestation. Super advanced magic. But again, we teach it. $10 a week. It's right there. Easy tarot lessons. Read the Black Book, Advanced Tarot Secrets. Uh, but yeah, your morals and dogma are going to be your own, and I refuse to teach anyone specifically how to manipulate other people, unless I guess I'm giving classes on marketing, which by its very definition is manipulation, but that's a different story. All right, so if nobody else has any questions, and please ask any questions you may have, but if you don't, I've got something I believe that you are going to like a lot. So let's do this. I'm going to dig out my notes. I wanted to do this last week, but I don't know. We just had so much good stuff going on that I never got around to it. I think I need to find my show notes from last week so I could put it up on YouTube for everybody so you guys can all get that. I will put this recording up on YouTube later, so you guys can come back and watch it, or those who've missed it. We might go a little long this time because this is a hands-on practice session today. So I am encouraging interaction. Please, baby, please. Let me get a drink real quick. So, in the easiest way to learn the tarot ever, that's the white book everybody starts with. I have something called Exercise 1, and I believe Exercise 1 is actually freely available on YouTube, and I will do something soon that will make it even more accessible, but you'll find out in about 4 weeks, maybe less. That being said, here's what we are going to do in today's exercise. So I'm going to take this right here, and I don't think we need the full screen. I'll just pop this up here. Where are you? Scroll. Yeah, that'd be good. So we are going to, I'll start you off with any one of the suit cards. Well, there are 5 suits with the pip cards, meaning we won't bother with the court cards just yet and make it easy on you. And what we're going to do is that we are going to pull a random card. We're going to examine what's going on in that card. We're going to look at that card. We're going in search of a personality. So first thing we do is look at the card, see the allegory, see the action, step inside the card. Right, how are you doing? And we're going to really get into that card. Having done that, then we're going to become an authority figure as if we are the parent or boss of that card. We're going to start shoving that card around as if it's a real person, hence the process of, ready for the big word, anthropomorphication. We're going to assign human qualities or traits to that card, and we're going to shove it around and make it do things. Um, the purpose of this is to help us really develop a true communication with our cards as translating devices without the need to um, without the need for formula or artificial journeys of foolish people and other such nonsense. And I think you guys will like this a lot. If you have any questions as we go along, do not hesitate to type something in. Otherwise, I'm just going to be focusing on this. All right. So I don't want you to think you can't. I said "ite." I put myself. So I will lead by example, and then I'm going to ask for interaction. So, matter of fact, let's do what we did last time. Two of Cups. Look, Mika, you are psychic. I was just going to say, give me a card, and before the words came out of my mouth, Mika had already typed in Two of Cups. Mika is one of the very good students here in the course. And obviously, her intuition is really sharp. She knew what I wanted even before the words came out of my mouth. So, what's going on in this card? Let's forget the traditional meanings. Well, let me see if I can make this a little bigger because, I want it to fill up your screen. All right, so we have two people, and they look like they are engaging in a harmonious action, even though her brow looks a little furrowed. So we could infer that maybe she's upset. We don't know that. So it could be like, I'm sorry, baby, here you go. Or he could be going, give me that cup. All your cups are mine. But let's give this a happy spin. Let's say, oh yay, they're getting together. Now what's going on is he's wearing a wreath of roses on his head, and she's wearing the laurel. So we have there's a term for this, and I used to know it, and all of a sudden it's not gender reassignment. It's like trading places. So take trading places, add a gender. There's the term. Can't find it. Don't know what the hell's wrong with my vocabulary. I apologize. But we got some of that going on, right? So this implies the concept of let me walk a mile in the moccasins of my enemy, therefore I can better understand them. Maybe let's say adversary instead of enemy. And that is some New Age Native American stuff that they may have actually said or not, but we see it on posters in Sedona and whatnot. So we have a real spirit of cooperation implied because he's like, hey, okay, I'm put on these roses. And she's like, haha, now I have the pence in the family. I don't know. And they seem to be engaging in harmonious activity. Again, with the caduceus, we could imply hermeticism, could be a secret meaning, could be an initiation, into mystic Eleusinian rites, which did not have the caduceus, by the way. We could say that it's pharmaceutical. Here's your prescription. Thank you, doctor. The lion nobility with the wings. The wings imply not being tied to the earth, not being tied to, grab your table, mine. Um, Wings are an excellent allegory in mystical alchemy, implying freedom. Birds have wings, angels have wings, humans don't have wings, unless it be angels. Fairies have wings. All of these uh, archetypal entities, and birds as archetypes, of course, here. Um, they're free, they float above the earth. Up is good, down is bad. We see that psychological duality in all because, humans and their bilateral symmetry and all that stuff. This is stuff I teach in the advanced courses. Right. So we see all that. So what the hell does it mean? All right, so we've got two people coming together. So if we want to really step into this card, like you're looking out your back window, and yeah, what the hell are you, damn fool kids? What are you doing on my, get off my lawn? Because see that line there, which is technically this is a stage flat, and this is a stage, ergo a stage picture. Also something I talk about in the matter of fact, I think I talked about that in one of my earliest free videos on YouTube, way back with the orange background. But I definitely talked about this in class. It's just an art style that Pam did, so I think these were some of the first pictures, images that she drew. Um, but it could be your property. So these kids are these darn teenagers would have gotten away with it too. Darn teenagers. They seem to be getting together. It could be a first date. So let's make this card an entity, a personality. How about this is a very social, codependent person who can't do anything. Yes, she does look with doctoring. Cross casting in theater. Thank you, Tony. That's cross casting. Not the term I'm looking for. However, that's a really good term. I'm going to use that. So it's cross casting. Thank you, Tony. And yay for people who are into theater because it's awesome. So making this a personality. Let's say this person is friendly, but it's a hypersocial person who is hypersocial because they hate or fear being alone. They really come to life when they can cuddle or cling to someone, or they got a BFF, or they're in a relationship. So this is our friend who's never outside of a relationship, or they come over and they want to hold hands, or like, hey, what are you doing? Let's do this. Let's do this. And when you go, hey, you should go do this, you're like, would you go with me? Now we have a personality assigned to that card. So now the next step is I'm going to take the authority figure role. And Tony was just shuffling, and the two cups just popped out. Yay! Again, Tony's kind of stuff happens. Just keep up the good work. Okay, so I'm going to take the authority role or authoritarian role, and this is part of the exercise. So the very first part you saw, I'm just demonstrating it, and then you're going to do it. Hopefully, this will really help you out. So get into the card, have fun with the card, strip mine the card for information. Don't try to find out every metaphysical thing. Just find a personality of that card. All right, so we have a clingy, friendly, codependent person who is nice, but let's say probably a little weak-willed. They really need other people, specifically one person. That's what brings them to life. Now, the next step is we create an authoritarian personality in ourselves. Easy for me because I'm an old man. I can go son or daughter. You let's say son because if you guys remember Monty Python, uh, which one is it? Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It was right there in front of me. Son, you're getting married today. But father, I don't want to get married. I want to sing. It's like, no, there's no singing, and don't let him out of this room. So I'm going to take that authoritarian role, and here I've got, but I don't want to get married. I'm going to have that guy. That's my son there, so it helps. Now I need to start shoving this card around. Son, it's time you went out and got a job. Now, for sake of simplicity, I'm going to march my son down to McDonald's, and you can imagine his reaction to having to get out and actually do a hard day's worth of work. And I'm going to stand over him while he's filling out the application. I'm going to go to the manager and say, my son needs a job, and you are going to give it to him. Now, is the kid going to roll his eyes? I say probably. Is he going to start looking at pretty girls? Is he going to start playing with the ketchup packets? Is he going to do something that, what is it, fidget spinner, the new thing? Is he going to do something that takes him away from this confrontational stance that I'm posing, or the fact that I'm imposing my will, making him go out and get a job. Now, we switch roles, and now I'm the manager of McDonald's. And I use McDonald's because everybody's heard of it, and it's really simple. You got people in the front, hi, welcome to McDonald's. You got people in the drive-through, order number 5, and they got to be really fast and efficient. It's shake machine, taking orders, taking money, and taking, working the front, and especially the drive-through. We've got the act of taking money. We've got the act of how speed efficient you are, how friendly you are. Maybe the friendlier people are up front, the more efficient people are at the drive-through. Then you got the person who's just making fries, making fries, making fries. They're getting greasy and dirty, but they got to keep their eye on things. Then we have a couple other things to do also. Then you got the people back, burger, 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 just throwing it together. You could say the same thing with Burger King. And then you got the poor schmuck in the back, and he's like, I've got to mop the floor. And you never see the guy with the mop. But believe me, I did that at McDonald's for about 2 weeks when I was a kid. Then I went into telemarketing. But yeah, mop the floor, take out the trash, go downstairs because there's almost always a basement that you never know about. And that's where they keep like the freezer and stuff. So where do we look? Some crazy tyrant brought this kid in and said, "Hey, you got to give him a job." Well, now that we've given, now that we've hired him, where do we put him? So this is where I'm going to ask you guys to be interactive. So with we're going to keep the McDonald's scenario for just a little bit, and we're going to try different cards and say, what's the strength and the weakness? Where can we possibly put this card? So I would not want to put this card here, the Two of Cups, in a maintenance position because they'd stop mopping and start playing with kids. They'd go to pick up somebody's tray and end up chatting with them for 10 minutes. Or they'd go hide in the freezer, pull out their Facebook. Doot, 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 doot. I'd want this person right up front, or I'd really have to sell them on being part of the drive-through team because that's the only way I could actually get them motivated to show up to work. So now, assigning this a personality, we can see what psychological tricks do I have to use as a manager to get to extract value out of this employee. Um, Mika says he might be too slow for the drive-through. Tony brings up a good point. If they had a kids' party, let's say we had a McDonald's with the big playpen, and let's say it was a franchise, because I don't know if they do it to the corporate stores, where the manager said, we've got to start hosting kids' parties. Well, yeah, this person would be perfect. We'd bring him in and say, we're having a kids' party. This is your personal liaison. So anytime your kid wants French fries or a Coke or something, he will run and get it. And, we'll just keep an open tab and run that money up for you. Not really, this isn't really a model employee for McDonald's. Um, Sally says he would be great at filling orders as they are communicated back to him. That could work. Um, all right, forget McDonald's. Let's go in a slightly different direction. Well, what kind of job? We sit down and we go, okay, son, obviously you didn't like McDonald's. What kind of job? Because you're going to have to go out and pay the rent. What kind of job would you possibly like to do? I mean, you're going to be doing it 7 days a week because we don't want you to have a day off. Idle hands are the devil's playground and all that stuff. You've got a job. What is this card going to say to us? I I want to be a dating counselor. You don't have a career. Or you don't have a degree. Pick something. Aim lower. Lower your standards. Right. What entry level job could this card do well. Taking off of Tony's idea, maybe a greeter at Walmart. Hi, welcome to Walmart. Okay, thank you. Where's blah, blah, blah? I don't know. My job is to stand here and say, hi, welcome to Walmart. Oh, excuse me. Get out of the way. Hello, other person. Welcome to Walmart. They could do that all day. Um, how about a caregiver? Do you think this person would be a good, maybe not a nanny, but helping elderly assisted living people? Teenage Enemies. Nobody knows that song. Don't look it up, but it's funny. But yeah, Teenage Enemies. Doing merchandise exchanges in their service department. Oh yeah, like a customer service. Hi. I got this blender and I decided I wanted a vacuum. Oh yes, happy to help. Yeah, I like that. That's good, Sally. Oh, hi, Kaylee. Kaylee says he could work for a landscaper, maybe planting flowers and weeding. That might not be a bad idea. I could see that. Oh yeah, Mika, to keep elder people company. I just said that as Mika was typing. This is excellent. See, again, Mika is reading my mind. Mika, what am I thinking about now? Oh, don't ask. It's probably nothing good. Candy stripper. Candy striper. Sorry. Yes, candy striper. What Sally said. Someone handing out um, free samples in the supermarket. Yes, yes. Like Costco has those all the time. Hi, would you like a sausage? Hi, would you like this? Because that's the type of person who never gets tired of approaching people. Like, what is it? Single serving friends, selling double glazing at the exit door. Oh, I like that. All right, so we got the general feel of this. Now let's take another card and we'll get off the whole McDonald's thing, but just to so we don't have to set up a new thing. Um, throw me out a couple of cards real quick, if you don't mind. Matter of fact, until you do, I'm going to go back to this one because it's so much fun. But throw me a couple of cards. We'll go with that. But back to the son. You got to get a job at McDonald's. Can you imagine dragging this guy down to McDonald's? I don't want to. You're always pushing me around. I don't care about the fact that you provide me with a home and food and a good education. You're always telling me what to do. I'll bet other people's parents don't tell them what to do. I mean, this guy, and then you got him. You're his manager, right? Okay, I want you to try working the front. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. I'm so bored here. He's like, oh god, no, we got to get him away from the front counter. He's scaring people away. Let's see, Page of Swords. Uh, sure, why not, Kaylee? I wanted to avoid court cards, but let's just have at it. Oh, sorry, shoulders hurt. Wow, wow. I think I need to move around a bit. Oh, there you are, way down here. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Give me your order now. This guy seems to be a little bit of a little rambunctious. But you know what? It looks like this guy would be alert and quick. He'd probably really be good at making burgers. Or you know where I want this guy to work? I want him to work the fry machine because if there's one thing I hate doing, it's going to McDonald's for the world famous French fries, even though they aren't as good as they used to be because they changed the oil. I hate going to McDonald's and you order fries and they're pasty white. I like my fries golden brown, like they have them in the commercials. You look at the commercials, it's like not burned, but they're like a nice tan. You're like, oh my god, and a little bit of salt on them. They're absolutely horrible for you, but they taste so good. You're like, I don't care. This guy seems like he would have that hyper perfectionism. He'd get the fries out right on time, and he'd be constantly thinking ahead so that the manager didn't yell at him because he was too slow. He'd like anticipate the moment that they'd need fries 5 minutes from now, because I think it's like 4 minutes, and to give him an extra minute. Look at me. After all these years, I remember that. So, do you see how we can look at his personality and figure out where best he could fit in? versus where he would do horribly. He could do the Halloween party. Oh yeah, the Five of Cups. Yes. Tony says security guard slash doorman. I like that because obviously we need those every now. Let's try something a little different. So, son, you need to mow the lawn. What do you think about the Page of Swords? Do you think that he'd take that job willingly? Do you think he'd fight us? Do you think that he'd go out there and say, "It's on, Lon. It's me against you"? I mean, he does seem to be like in his own little world. I could see him out there with the mower going, "I'm slaying dragons," or maybe he's driving like he's a race car driver. He's mowing lawns and patterns like, oh, and he takes a hard left and he's talking to himself. Yeah, and he's in the lead. You know, if anybody remembers Caddyshack with Bill Murray was kind of like off in his own little world. Oh, you got all of that. I could see this guy, racing the lawnmower around. I'm not sure he'd do the best job, but he'd attack it with a vengeance. So, I think he'd make it a challenge, a race. Yes, as what Tony said. Hard nosed traffic cop, checking people's licenses and framing them for minor offenses. Oh my God, Tony. Tony's on fire today. This guy would make a hard nosed traffic cop. Then they'd need to hire Sally. It's like, oh no, I've been framed by a hard nosed traffic cop. Yes, spooky synchronicity. Well, you're on fire today. Mika said, slaying the grass demons. Yes, Mika. He's already holding a weed whacker. Yes, he is. Stripes or checks on the lawn. Oh my God, Christina, that is awesome. I can see that. This guy starts going, stripe, stripe, stripe. He's like, wow, that's how you do it. And he's like, ooh, I could do checks. And he'd probably do those fancy, like diagonal zigzag checks. Like zing, zing. He'd come back and say, ta-da, the lawn is mowed. You're like, you missed half of it. He says, no, I created art. And you will respect my art because you're not my father. I, I've got a lightsaber. You're not my. It is kind of a Luke Skywalker kind of thing, isn't it? Angry Luke Skywalker. So let's have some more fun with this. So let's pull another card. And again, today, unless you had any questions, please do. I just want to throw out some cards and get some real practice in with this. Let's see where we are. Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. So okay, ooh, got a lot. All right, so let's start in order with the Seven of Wands. Okay, so tell you what, I'm going to make this interactive again. I will pull out the Seven of Wands, which someone recommended, and let's be the stern parent. Oh, I like this. What are we going to do? What are we going to assign them a task? Are we going to make them get a job, mow the lawn? Are we going to put them on a date? Give me a scenario and we will throw this card into it and see how this card reacts as if it were a person with a personality. So we'd say, how would this personality type react to our scenario that we're putting them in? Because it's a personality type, it could be him or her. Okay, so Mika says, I'm going to make this a daughter only because I don't want to get in the trap of saying it's a man because it's the man in the card. So this is our daughter's attitude in life. So she's probably like an Aries or something, grr. Or she could be a Libra, like stop picking on me, Cardinal. So her attitude is very defensive. Could be Cancer. I mean, any of the cardinal signs. And we say, daughter, you do the dishes. And she's like, starts loading up the dishwasher. We're like, no, you do them by hand. She's like, dishwasher. We're like, no, you do them by hand. How do you think that she is going to react? Um, and you don't even have to type it in. Do you think we're going to get any resistance from her? Do you think she's going to say that everybody's picking on her? Do you think she's going to start breaking dishes? Do you think she'll go, give me all your dishes. I'll do all these dishes and more of them. I'll go wash the neighbor's dishes. I mean, just in your head, how will this card react to us telling her, you do the dishes, even though we have a dishwasher? Tony says he's the classic rebel without a cause. Yeah, what are you fighting against? Well, what do you got? I like that, Tony. That was good. Brando, yeah. No less, I get it. Yes. Oh no. Sally says from her own experiences, she's going to fight you the whole way. Like, no. All right. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of that. I'm going to move on to the next suggested card. We've got the Seven of Cups. So let's do the same thing until we get a new scenario. Do the dishes, even though we have a dishwasher. Oh no. Oh my God, Mom. There's so many dishes. I thought you meant wash this fork. Can I wash this fork and then go watch TV? Can you read me a story if I wash this fork? Oh, there's so many dishes, and this one's dirty. This will take me forever. I don't even know what this mysterious gook is. I don't want to touch it. Oh, I can see my face in this. I should do my makeup. Oh, this dish is icky. It's got poisonous stuff on it. I mean, I can imagine. I'm just making this up. Please feel free to join in on the fun if you think that you've got a better way for that person. Sally says, overwhelmed, doesn't know where to start. Absolutely. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry, Marie says, the water's too hot. Look at all that steam. Eh. Made the water too hot. I can't do the dishes. So, yeah. So we were able to see inside the card's personality. Why is this important? It helps us escape the trap of memorized meanings and formula and trying to cheat and figure out what cards could mean. But at the same time, we're not going the other way completely. We're not just saying, oh, we don't have to have any meanings. Card could mean anything. So we don't want to go over the end, over the left side. Sorry, it is not a political thing. We don't want to go over the left side and say, anything that pops out of my mouth is like drips of honey. I just open my mouth and whatever comes out, that's what you get. At the other end, we don't spend our time telling people what the cards mean. Now, I have a student named Matt. I have several students named Matt, so I'm not going to tell you which Matt. Just sent me a text today because if you're my student, you can send me a text telling you what. Sent me a text today. He said I just got a psychic reading yesterday. Paid the lady $45. Again, I'm not telling you which Matt. It could be any Matt. And here's how the reading went. One of my students went in to get a reading because that's when you're one of my students, you got to do this kind of crazy stuff, and you got to hop on one leg and you got to go on a pirate treasure hunt. But we don't talk about that. That's like Fight Club. But you do have to go get readings from other people. He wasted $45 of his money, and this lady, I'm sorry, well, he did say lady. This person could be anybody. Absolutely do not want to say it is male or female, even though I did, so I apologize. This person who gave him a reading, and I can't say him because his name is Matt, that's kind of obvious, um, spent 30 minutes going through the spread, telling him what each card means. Never gave him an answer to his question. Okay, I'm not saying this doesn't happen. This person advertised. This person had a job. This person was at a psychic fair representing, I'm sorry, themselves as a professional capable and worthy of you spending $45. It's not really a lot, but that's a lot if you're just going to go, hey, tell you what, everybody, just give me $45. Why? Because you should be going, no. So that's basically it. He just said, "Hey, you're cute. Here's $45." I mean, what else did he do? I mean, he gave this person $45, and she was like, "This card means this. This card means that." Like, how the hell did that provide a real service to him? Not only that, but now he told me about this person, and I'm telling you, and it's a good thing that I'm not revealing his name or that person's name and address and where they live. What is that? again, back to Monty Python. Let's play the blackmail game. You send me $45 or I reveal your your crappy name, your crappy location, and whatever. So we're not here to insult that person, but man, talk about an object lesson. And this just happened yesterday. What is this? Yesterday, this would be today. I'm Walter Cronkite, July 1st, 2017. So on June 30th, 2017, Friday, this happened. This wasn't a long time ago. And it isn't an isolated instance, but I pray to baby Jesus. Is Jordan here? He'll probably get upset if I said that. No, he's not. Yeah. I pray to baby Jesus every night. Please stop the insanity. This is exactly why the majority of the public, especially the members of Congress or the Parliament, think that we're a bunch of charlatans because there's people who weren't trained. And then on top of that, there's liars and thieves and scammers like you have in any walk of life. This is why I take time out of my week every week and give it freely to you. EasyTarotLessons.com. Sign up for class. Okay, fine. There was an advertisement, right? But this is why I do this, because we have to stop the insanity. You guys are better than this. I mean, you've taken time out of your day to show up and get this instruction. Unfortunately, this is what you're up against. These are the people that'll be reading next to you at a psychic fair, and it is so disappointing to the client. Anyway, so this is why we do this. This is why we do this goofy exercise of examining a card, giving it a personality, and then we get to be the authority and like shove them around. We make them get a job. We make them do dishes. We ask them to mow the lawn. You guys probably come up with better examples than I will, but I think the message is clear. Really get into the card and treat this card as an object. I'm just an object to you. Yes, you are. You're a scrap of paper with ink on it. Stop objectifying me. I can't. You're a tarot card. Objectify the hell out of your tarot cards. Have fun with it. Now, conversely, when you are in a reading, all of this fun little goofy practice that you have done in the past really gets you to the point where Tony was talking about. Not just your intuitive skills allow you to answer questions before the cards come up, but when the cards come up, your hyper developed intuition will allow you to see beyond the traditional meaning, beyond face value. You'll see things in the card that make you scratch your head, such as I'm doing at the moment, coincidentally. And yet your client will go, how could you possibly know that? And then, lean back and kind of stretch like Chewbacca in Star Wars. Put your hands behind your head and say, oh, because I'm that good, baby. Hail to the king, baby. Or whatever. You could, oh, it's such a pleasure serving you. I mean, you do that to God you grab. That's all nice. So please understand the value of these crazy exercises in the books and the games. And again, get yourself a study buddy. If you're in my course, we got study buddies forever. If you're not in my course, grab a friend. I tell you this every week. Grab a friend, grab them by the throat. Well, not by the throat, that'd be dangerous. But grab them by the collar and drag them down to the metaphysical bookstore and say, I need a copy of Dusty White's book, Easiest Way to Learn the Tarot Ever. If you are in an area of the world where you can't get Amazon, go to bookdepository.com, and it's free shipping worldwide, because I get this question sometimes. Like $22. I don't think they actually discount it. If you go to Amazon, they discount it like 18 or something. Brand new book, not used or anything. Book Depository doesn't discount, but they ship free of charge worldwide. So you can get my book pretty much anywhere in the world. If you're listening at radio station Sector G in Antarctica with penguins, maybe not. It might be a special delivery. But other than that, anywhere where you're actually hearing this, island off the coast, there's a resort island. Used to listen to my podcast off I got to think of the map, like 400 miles west of Africa in the Indian Ocean. I used to get a lot of listeners there. So if you're there, UPS gets there, U.S. mail. Well, not U.S. mail. Sorry, that was pretty jingoistic, wasn't it? tell them. If they get there, you can get the book. Grab your friend. Say, hey, you're going to study the tarot with me. Please get a study buddy. It makes this so much more fun. Then you can actually play the games and you can get other people's opinions and you can learn just from your intuition. I wish Andy was here because, again, just not 15 minutes ago, I guess, 15 minutes from when we started, he said of his own accord, he was like, I learn more in these study groups than I learn everywhere else. Not the podcast, not the videos, not the lessons. I mean, he's at a point now where he's really seeing all of the interaction, and I want you to enjoy that. Again, do I want you in my course? Yeah, I got to pay the rent. But if you don't, I still want you to go out and get that interaction. So, real quick, let me go back to this. Christine typed, and I apologize, a little while ago. What? Who's buzzing me? Oh, they can go away. Christine says, tell you what, I will do them tomorrow. Or perhaps Dad may do them. Yeah, right? This is our here. He's like, I don't know. Tell you what, maybe I'll do them later. Yeah, trying to compromise. Um, yes, Tony says window dresser, creating window displays for a fancy department store. That would be a very good job for this card. Or telemarketing, demonstrating tacky jewelry and really hyping it up. Oh, that's just awesome. That's funny. Hey, welcome to the shopping channel. Not to mention any particular shopping channel. Look at all this stuff. Buy it now. It would be cheaper for him to buy a book of tarot meanings. Oh my God, that's funny, Marie. So, okay, that's basically it. I mean, I suppose we could go on, but I don't want to take up a lot of your time. We get the idea of how it's going here. Yeah, just you've got a deck of cards. Let's clean this. Go through cards and just can I do this? I can do that. Just go through cards. Yay, stockbroker guys, and assign personalities. So you can, not just don't just assign the personality, but really look in the card and see the various things that are happening, and out of that, make a personality evolve. Now you've got a little homunculus, and you have it just go around. I know it's a crazy word, right? Go around doing your bidding, and watch to see is it eager to do bidding. Is it like the Three of the Cups? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes, yes, we'll put you up front. You'll be the greeter. Hi, 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 hi. At least putting the right person in the right job. Um, the problem is that we have people in life and we have to find the right place to put them. We have to find the right way to approach them. In the tarot, we can just kind of, shove things around what we can't do with people. But this really helps you develop an organic, and that's the real big word of the day, is organic understanding of what your tarot cards mean by understanding the personality that they have, the paradigm that they carry around. How do they go through life? And that way, when they come up in a reading, you really understand the card and it talks to you. I know this is the greatest thing, the card doesn't talk to you, but that's the colloquialism we use, is that your cards talk to you. And the more you do this, you'll find that your cards have a sense of humor, which is really the fairies and the gods, spirits and gods and angels and spirit guides and whatever. They have a sense of humor. And think about this just for a moment. This is from our mystery school, but I want you to understand this. Fairies, God is lonely, put it that way. God is lonely. Everybody's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, Lordy Lord, please don't blah, blah, blah. All right. Anybody want to hang out with him? Or spirits, spirit guides, ancestors, fairies? Humans are so wrapped up in themselves. So, if you don't believe me, torture yourself. Go to LA or New York or Chicago someday. Be careful about going to Chicago. They just went broke. But nonetheless, get yourself out to a major metropolitan area, and just watch people. Lots of traffic, lots of, I'm late for this. It is, people are so wrapped up inside their own skulls, that they don't have time to go play with God, the angels, the fairies, the spirit. However it is that you see the world. I'm not here to change the way that you see the world. And I throw out different terminologies. Some may be offensive to you, but understand that's how other people see the world. So however you see the world, I have to, hopefully cater to all of you so they can get the message through. Our invisible friends are lonely because nobody wants to play with them. Everybody's like, I can do it myself. I'm an industrialist. I'm a capitalist. Or whatever. I go out and do my thing. But when we stop and really work hard to open ourselves up, we still retain our personality, control over our lives, free will, destiny. But when we seek the guidance of helpful, happy helpers, again, the saints, if you're Catholic, saints and angels and whatnot, the sub beings of God, however you want to see it, don't be surprised if they're so happy to talk to you that they'll play games with you, that they'll tell jokes. And if we're doing it through our cards, we'll be reading and we'll see a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff. Like Tony said, card flips out. It's like, oh my God. Tarot reading doesn't have to be dry and boring and serious. And again, going back to I'm Walter Cronkite, and this is the news. I'm the most boring man in America, but I'm the nation's uncle, and blah blah blah. It's not like, oh, Fox News, shiny, zing, fancy music. Back in the day, it was really boring. Tarot doesn't have to be like that. The whole point is have fun with this so that you'll keep doing it and take it serious, and don't quit. That's why I have all this free stuff. If you decide you don't even want to pay, at least come in and get free stuff. In other words, keep in the company of good people that want you to succeed. That's one of the key methods of serenity. All right, blah, blah, blah. That's enough of me proselytizing. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go eat, going to have lunch, and probably run around, chase the cat, or do something stupid. Okay, questions. Tony, this exercise makes me wonder if we could use the personalities of tarot cards as kind of servitor. I guess this. Uh, yes. I'll just say yes. We talked about that in advanced class, but yes. Mika says people watching is awesome. So many stories you can make about them. Yes, yes. And all of this contributes to your metaphysical training as a spiritually advanced being incarnated incarnated, whatever. I'm going with that into human flesh. It sounds rather biblical. Into human flesh. All right. Ping, just what you mentioned about invisible friends being lonely would explain why the information starts flowing really fast sometimes. Yeah, see, the thing is that imagine, just for fun, that you've got all these invisible happy helpers out there. Again, spirit guides, angels, whatever. Nobody wants to talk to them. I go to church on Sunday. Well, yay. Slow clap. Yay. What about the rest of the week? Do you carry God with you? Do you walk with your awareness, preferred deity? Don't need deity. Would you, do you ask, do you look over your right shoulder and say, hey, whoever's over there, I need some help? Do you get out of your own skin, out of your own mind? The more you can, because you can't be stripped. It's not like somebody can come in and like pull you out of your skin and take over. Now I rule you. No, you will always be in control of you. And I'm not asking you to share yourself with anybody else, but I am telling you, try accessing the benevolent spirits. Let's go with that. You will find your tarot readings get easier, faster, sharper, cleaner, more accurate. And again, you don't even have to pay for this, so there's no excuse not to. That's all I care about. All right, yes. I'm out of here. No questions. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you when I do. Hopefully, it'll be next week. A couple of weeks, we'll have something fantastic for you. Ain't going to tell you what it's going to be, but, well, I will tell you. I'll tell you when it comes out. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Get a study buddy. If you want to sign up for the course, it's $1 to start. You got $1? I got $1. I'd buy that for $1. Otherwise, go play, but don't give up. And you know what? We got some time. Play with your tarot cards today. Do one of the games. Don't make it all stuffy. Oh wait, last minute questions. Is there something? Is this something the metaphysics course would help with? I say yes because I've already experienced massive explosive growth and, more important, the camaraderie of studying with people. But this is a thing that you'd have to do for yourself, and you do it for the experience, not for any piece of paper they hand you. But what I found is a wealth of material, and I'm not the only one. There's a couple of people here that could tell you how awesome it is. But everybody do your own thing, follow your own path. Always, go best. Yay, awesome webinars today. Thank you, Mika. Tony says, man, many thanks again. Great session. And, oh, yeah, Sally says, metaphysics course has been great. And that's from a lawyer. This is somebody who's already got a fistful of degrees. This is somebody who knows her stuff. If you have any questions, just email me at dustywhite.net. If you disagree with me, email me. Say you're a jerk, Not saying I want to hear it, but I don't want you to hold it inside. Okay.